Hello, welcome to the JAV Show. This is Jorge,
And this is Viv.
and this week we got Rstar on the show.
Again.
What's up?
Woo! We have him. This is what, like, second time in the last like three,
3 weeks.
4 times we've had the show.
Huh?
Oh, can you pass me a pen?
What were you trying to say?
I was like, we've had him quite recently already.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's pretty nice. How's your weeks, guys? You want to start? This is Thanksgiving week, so you can talk a little bit about that.
Ooh.
Alright, Viv, you start.
Viv, you want to start out?
I feel like my Thanksgiving celebrations have been pretty busy this year. I had 5.
5?
What the fuck?
Yeah.
How do you become thankful still after having so many celebrations?
What do you mean?
It's like, oh, I'm thankful for all the food I've been giving, and you're fucking like being gluttonous for 5 times throughout the season.
Are you supposed to only mention the food that you're given?
No,
I
but,
feel like
like-
that's never something that I say I'm thankful
Oh, really?
for. Which, I mean, that sounds like a...
Okay, isn't-
sounds really
You know in elementary school when you had to write the things that you're thankful for on the piece of paper and stuff
Yeah.
like that? Do you guys still talk about what you're thankful for during Thanksgiving?
No. I mean,
Not at all.
I think I force myself to think about it. So like when I bring Taro for a walk, I never like bring my phone or anything. So I have like free time to think. And then I'll always think of stuff that are like coming up. I'm like, oh, Thanksgiving is coming up. But then usually I think about like the food. I was like, oh, what should I make to the party? And then what's good? What can I eat there? And I think today, like after Thanksgiving, I was like, oh wait, maybe we should talk about like being thankful for shit, like being grateful for stuff. But usually that's when I like think of those things. But I don't write it down or anything. I know Viv does, but I don't.
Oh, you actually write it down?
She has a
Sometimes I write it down, but a lot of times I do like every single day I do this thing where I think about 3 things I'm grateful for, but that's like an everyday thing. And then when it came closer to Thanksgiving, I also thought about things that I'm grateful for, but I don't think that I thought of food as one of them at all.
But so like, okay, I'm not trying to hate on him. I'm just saying like, isn't the point of Thanksgiving like this is the end of the harvest, and then they're just like, you know, all the bounty we got throughout the season of harvesting, and you know, have one big feast and shit.
Technically, yeah.
And then isn't
So when you eat your food, or you're like, oh my god, I'm so grateful for this meal. I love all this food that I don't get all the time.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, I mean, ideally, right? That's the whole point, right?
Yeah.
That you had a good harvest though, isn't it?
Yeah, but then having 5 of them is like
Those
not
fucking
normal.
squash that you harvested over there.
Yeah.
Tell me how thankful you are for like
Yeah.
20 of those squashes.
That's true. But yeah, that's true. That's true. I did get a bunch. But yeah, anyways, go on with your 5 different celebrations this year.
Yeah, it felt like a lot. There was on Saturday, I had my mom's side of the family's Thanksgiving, and then we had our volleyball friends group Thanksgiving, and then on Sunday, I had my one cousin from my dad's side of the family's Thanksgiving, and then after I had my other volleyball friends group Thanksgiving, and then today around like for brunch I had it with some of my really close friends.
Wait, why did your cousin have a separate celebration?
Because I have one cousin on my dad's side of the family here in Edmonton. Everyone
I
else
see.
is in Vancouver, so we just have it with them.
I see.
Yes, sir.
That's all in one weekend, hey?
Uh,
That's crazy.
Kind of tiring.
did you actually even eat that much?
Yeah, did you
No.
have to cook?
Yeah,
Every single...
I made something for
That's
every single
crazy.
one,
Damn.
or except for the one today because we went out to eat.
Oh yeah.
I would have been lazy. I would have done
Ultimate.
like the Popeyes
But
chicken.
it's so fun. You like rarely get to cook for your friends and family.
I mean, I cook every week, so
Oh yeah, for yourself.
yeah, that's true. It is mostly for myself, but who better to please?
Son of a bitch.
Nice. All right, so you're thankful for all your parties and shit. That's pretty fun.
What? No.
I mean, all the bounty you've gotten.
Yeah, for my harvest.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what? So is that just the origin? Just celebrating?
Like pilgrims and shit?
I guess like my family doesn't celebrate Thanksgiving.
Not at all.
Ever?
Like we celebrate it, but only because
Interesting, you're a liar.
it's a time off. It's not because Thanksgiving. So like you ever know like whenever there's a long weekend, like we don't
Yeah,
celebrate
yeah.
Victoria Day, but like when I was a kid, it was a long weekend, so we all decided to like get together, have a
Yeah,
dinner,
that's
right?
fair.
But it's not like we're celebrating Queen Victoria or any bullshit like that, right? So it was like Thanksgiving. It's not like we're celebrating Thanksgiving.
I mean, honestly, those like random holidays where you kind of just think it's like, oh, okay, you're not really celebrating, but you're like, oh, you know what day it is, and it's like, all right, let's just take a second to think about the fucking queen. All right.
I don't think. Yeah,
Like, you know, on Remembrance Day, like,
Just eat a good meal.
No, the day, like in elementary school, our teachers used to be like, all right, guys, Remembrance Day is tomorrow on Saturday, blah, blah, blah. So at 11:11, you guys take,
11:11.
yeah.
Yeah, on Remembrance Day.
It's
I-
11th, the 11th day of the 11th month of the 11th hour of the 11th minute.
I don't know if it's the 11th minute, but it's for sure the 11th hour. It goes to the 11th hour. Like
Oh,
on the
I
11th
never knew
hour.
that. I was like, you try to make a wish or some shit?
No.
No, you fucking have a moment of silence for our veterans. You don't know what Remembrance Day is?
I remember, but I thought it was just like 10
You
a.m. when you
remember?
get into class.
Lest we forget, we all have to pay for poppies, and yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, anyways, so then like they always remind you just like, oh, all right, just think of our veterans at this time and then go about your day.
But like your
You don't have to,
family,
like, celebrate it.
would your family? Okay, yeah, for that one, no. But like my family wouldn't celebrate because it's Thanksgiving. They'll celebrate because it's a long weekend.
I
You know
mean,
what I
that's
mean?
kind of celebrating like non-traditionally.
Mm.
Yeah, I guess so. But like it's like Thanksgiving was just another day in the year kind of thing that we just like. Oh yeah, it's a time we can get together. But now,
Like, would
like,
you say this? Okay, let's say Halloween, right? Your family probably gives out candy. Would that be considered celebrating, even though they're not dressed up?
my parents didn't give out candy, so.
Ever?
Oh, they don't.
Ever?
So they only recently did, like, I think after we stopped going out trick or treating.
Oh.
And then I think they only did it for a couple years because like every year there's only like 3 or 4 kids that came. So like fuck it, we're not doing it anymore.
Oh, damn, what the hell?
Yeah. Like when we were kids, they didn't have time to do it because they were bringing us out to get
Uh-huh.
candy. Right. And we'd want to like maximize it. We'd be like, no, we want to go from 5 or like as soon as sundown all the way to like 9 p.m. So then they couldn't be home and do that at the same
Oh, that
time, right?
makes sense.
So I mean, we would celebrate Halloween, I guess, by getting candy.
You know what? Actually, the last 2 years, I bought candy for Halloween, and nobody fucking comes to our neighborhood. So I'm like, I'm not.
I
gonna
swear
fucking
no
buy
one
candy.
goes to townhouses. I tried before too.
Oh, why? It's so convenient. It's just like
I
they're
know,
so
right?
close.
I swear it never happened to me too for 2 years.
Maybe they're scared now.
No,
with,
but
like,
even like at my parents' house and stuff, they live in like, I just feel like certain neighborhoods people just don't go to.
Yeah, probably. Everyone goes to
Or people go to
Riches.
like malls and shit.
Yeah.
it could be the age of the neighborhood too.
What does that mean?
So like when okay, so for example, when my parents bought the house, all their neighbors had kids the same age as us. Right? But now it's all a bunch of retired people in this
Oh,
in this community, right? So the age of,
Oh, that makes
right?
sense.
So then the Asian community kind of aged out of that phase, and then now that if people start dying or like moving out, then new people will come in, and then maybe the age will rejuvenate back to a younger.
oh, I see.
That kind of makes
Right.
sense.
So like I think that might depend on it too, but I don't know. Like
People just go to rich neighborhoods or go to the mall.
like we were poor growing up, so my parents didn't want to buy us candy, so like, we would go trick or treating and we would stock that up for the year, kind of thing.
That's so funny because
Yeah.
my parents were also poor. So they would not buy us candy and we would go trick or treating for candy.
Yeah.
Except they would keep my candy for next year and give it away for fucking trick or treating. Like
Oh.
trick or treaters. I'm like, the fuck?
Did you guys split yours? Like the good shit, the bad shit?
Well, they're
Like,
like, all right, you
make
gotta
piles?
pick like 5 pieces of candy and then we'll store the rest for you. And then it's just gone.
I see.
But yeah, I always take the Kit Kats, especially like the big bars if you ever get it. I
Yeah.
always take a bag of chips. And then I also really like I kind of get scammed by it, but you know, like the little packs of like sour Skittles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I take those.
Yeah, those are good.
And
Okay, wait, what's the stuff you always avoid?
avoid.
Yeah.
Fucking Crispy Crunch is garbage.
Crunch, okay.
Crunch.
Crispy
Crispy
Crunch.
Crunch. You ever heard? It's
Cru-
like the
oh, the
blue
cru-
label and blue, red, and white label.
No, that's Crunch.
Oh,
Crispy Crunch is like red with like the white squiggles.
Oh wait, I think I know.
let me see.
There's Crunch and then there's Crispy Crunch. So Crunch is good.
Oh, this one.
Oh.
Yeah, that one is god awful. Like if we had to do a tier list, that would be D tier. Yeah, that's good. It has like Rice
What?
Krispies in there.
Okay, I've never had
Oh.
Crunch. I know what Crispy Crunch. Like this is what I was thinking of too.
Only the
Never
OGs
tried
have
either
tried
of them.
Crunch. You tried Crunch?
I've never tried either of them.
She's anti candy,
Fucking deprived.
anti candy, anti
My
chocolate.
family was also poor. We did the same thing, but what we would do is we would make a round. My parents would buy a pack of candy to like start us off, And then my mom would always stay home and be the ones that gives out candy. And then me, my dad, and my sister, and whoever else wanted to come along would make a small round around the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And we'd go back to my house and give my mom the candy that we don't want so she can hand those out. Then we make a bigger loop and come back, give her the rest of the candy.
All right, what other candies were the worst for you?
I didn't like Tootsie Rolls.
Oh yeah, I hate
like
Tootsie Rolls.
I like fruit flavored Tootsie Rolls, but not regular Tootsie Rolls.
What are they normally flavored?
I don't know.
It's like brown, literally like some sort of sweet kind of.
Like
Oh.
I don't
like
even know what it is.
elf poop or something.
Yeah. Yeah, Tootsie Rolls and fucking
Like this is the normal, right? This is the normal.
caramel taffy.
Yeah,
Oh,
and then there's the
interesting.
fruit.
But I also hated like the regular squares of caramel.
Yeah.
Those were.
I wasn't a fan of raisins. I thought they were average.
And
You
red
don't get
boxes?
raisins? I'm like,
Yeah, box of
bruh.
raisins. I mean, like I'd have one, and I'm like, okay, that's enough.
One box or one raisin?
Like one box. I'm like, that's enough. Okay, no more of this bullshit. We always split it between like chips pile.
Yeah.
Did you guys
yeah.
ever get cans of pop?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we split that, and then we split like the good candy. The good candy for us was O. Henry because my dad loved O.
I
Henry,
hate
so we
O.
always
Henry.
had to save that for him.
What's in O. Henry's?
Like
Oh my
caramel,
god, you
peanuts.
actually don't know
You
what
would
O.
hate
Henry?
it. You would hate it.
No, I only eat things that look appealing to me.
Do you think what's the most iconic chocolate bar? You think?
Kit Kat.
You think Kit Kat? Okay. I was thinking for me as a kid, it was always O. Henry because my dad always liked it.
Oh, Henry is as well.
It's,
Yeah.
it's pretty iconic. I always like Wonder Bars.
Oh, Wonder Bar's really good.
Yeah, I love
What's in
the
a
Mr.
Wonder
Wonder
Big is
Bar?
really good too.
Yeah, Mr. Big.
And a Mr. Big.
Wonder
Like marshmallow,
Bar.
caramel.
Okay,
Oh, that sounds
Yeah,
good.
marshmallow, caramel, some sort of like cookie.
I'm spelling it wrong.
Oh, okay. Actually, one of my favorite. That looks like a Twix. Star bar. What is that?
I do like Twix also.
Twix is probably my favorite. Twix.
Oh no, coffee
Coffee Crisp?
Oh,
Oh.
Coffee Crisp is the best. Okay, I never had candy corn. I think that's a very I've never really had candy corn.
Do you know?
What?
You know what candy corn is called? Candy corn.
Also look like a corn kernel.
Wait,
Yeah.
did you not know that?
I found that out recently.
Oh, okay.
But like, okay.
Recent.
But did you know with candy corn, when you put it all together, you can actually like make
Like
a circular corn.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah.
But it tastes like shit.
Yes, yes, it does too. Oh yeah, Reese's. I thought
Oh, I also love Reese's.
I liked it, but like you ever open it and like the film is so oily.
the bottom, right?
Yeah, it's like it's
100%.
kind of gross.
Guys, actually, okay, I found something out recently, and apparently with Ferrero's, you're not supposed to open them from the bottom. And that's why they hot glue it to the little like
Wait, how do you open it then?
You're
from the
supposed
top.
to, like,
You're supposed to like rip the sticker and then it just rips and then you just unfold it.
I start to like try to pull the gold foil, but then it ends up opening at the bottom when you do that, right?
Yeah, you're supposed to rip it from the top and then peel it like a banana.
Oh, I did not know that.
Is what I
Did not know. Oh, Hershey's white chocolate cookies and cream one.
Oh yeah, the
Oh.
cookies.
That's one of my favorite.
Shut
That's my
up, Viv.
favorite too.
You probably never tried
Yeah.
that.
No, I have. That's one of my favorites.
Wait, M&M's or Smarties?
Definitely not Smarties.
Oh, you're a Smartie hater. I like M&M's.
Mini M&Ms.
What do you mean?
They taste different.
Like even smaller ones?
yeah, the baby ones.
Yeah,
they're,
because
like,
there's
this
more
big.
like preservatives and shit in that. No, like the
No,
coating.
it's
is
just the
like,
ratio is different.
Oh, that's true. Okay.
They're small. They're so much better. And they come in the little plastic tubes.
Have you ever like when you were a kid? Have you ever made a mistake of like holding M&Ms or Skittles and they start
It
melting
started
on you?
melting. Yeah.
No.
I remember making that mistake when I was a kid, and I was like, okay, I have to leave this in the box now.
Honestly, okay. So back then, I always had tubes of like the mini M&Ms,
Yeah.
and I would always save the tubes because I thought it was
Oh,
cool
yeah.
to be like
yeah,
the toy.
Me too.
And then this one year, I found in my backyard like this huge garden of like 4-leaf clovers.
What do you mean? Wait, isn't that rare? Or is it
I thought it was rare, and I was like, okay, if you find a 4-leaf clover, it's lucky,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And so there's a whole like patch, like probably about this big,
Oh,
and
Did
there's
you eat it?
only 4-leaf clovers in my backyard
like recently or when you were a kid?
when I was a kid.
Oh, okay.
When I was a kid, like maybe when I was like 7 or 8.
Right.
So I found a fucking big pile of like 4-leaf clovers, and knowing like fuck all when I was a kid,
Yeah.
I like picked them,
Yeah.
and then I would like use the tube of the M&M tube.
Yeah.
I would fill it with water, and I put my 4-leaf clovers in there to like
To farm it.
try to farm it. Yeah. And then they all ended up dying. I thought I could like grow another farm of fucking 4-leaf clovers, but Yeah. Anyways, that's what
You should have built a little tiny fence around the farm before.
Anyways, that's what those M&M tubes remind me of.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I do enjoy M&M's more than Smarties. Going back to that,
It's just Smarties. The
shell's
shell is
thicker.
just too much.
It's chalky too, right?
Is it chalky?
I thought it was
A little
thicker than
It's
M&M
like crispy.
shell.
Yeah. M&M shells are like not even crispy though. They're just like, I don't know how to explain it. But Smarties is like crunchy.
Yeah. And then candy wise, I always like Skittles, Starburst. I don't know what else there is. Those two are the big ones for me.
Yeah.
Skittles and Starburst. Anything sour. Sour always was better.
Damn, how do we get on this tangent?
know if I've
About being
tried either.
thankful or of holidays.
Oh,
And how
holidays,
like
yeah.
I don't really celebrate, but like as a kid, we just anytime there's like a long weekend, we use that as an excuse to like get together. But we're not like doing it for the sake of Thanksgiving. Like, we weren't thankful for shit. We just want to eat good food and hang out.
Actually, that's like that for like Easter too. Feel like
Yeah. Like, do you care that Jesus got reincarnated?
I don't even know.
Me neither.
I feel like growing up, I celebrated like every holiday.
Yeah,
Really?
you have a very different like Asian.
Are you westernized, your family?
Probably pretty. Because I even did Easter too.
Did
You
you do
just-
like Easter hunts, like finding
Yeah.
eggs and shit?
Whoa.
Yeah.
I mean,
Did
my
you paint eggs?
Yeah.
really, we did that in school, but never. at
The
home.
only eggs we paint are the red ones for weddings and shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They're like
Oh, yeah.
borderline pink. They call it red, but
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the
I
only
did
thing we
all that. And like for Victoria Day, we would usually go to Vancouver and celebrate with my cousins and stuff.
Oh,
and like
like
go have a picnic or go to the beach.
go to
Oh.
Victoria, the city, or no, not that far.
Maybe actually.
maybe.
Damn, no, I think the only thing we celebrated maybe was like Christmas, and that was like gift giving. But even then, it wasn't like the spirit of Christmas. Like I didn't care Jesus was born that day or something like that.
I feel like half of the people. I mean, I don't know if that's an overstatement generalization, but I feel like half the people are just like, oh,
We
Christmas is the time of giving. blah, blah,
like
blah."
sometimes we actually celebrate at temple, but we'd call it Xmas because it's not Christmas.
I mean, X is a cross, right?
Yeah, but it's not like
Going to hell,
Christ.
buddy.
Anti-Christmas. Yeah. So yeah, what? Thanksgiving. Thankful for stuff. We were just saying like you had a whole journal too, right?
Oh yeah.
Where you're being grateful and stuff.
That also reminded me. I also did like St. Patty's Day too growing up.
Like
Oh,
wear
wow.
green and stuff.
Yeah,
Isn't it? You
everyone
get
would wear
pinched
You
green.
get pinched if you don't
if
wear
you don't
green.
wear green.
And then we'll like.
I couldn't afford green clothes, so it's like, what the fuck?
Oh, okay. You just need one green thing.
I mean, yeah, we ended up like finding some excuse, right? Like a
Yeah.
single green lace.
Guys, I'm wearing green underwear.
Yeah.
I can't show you my underwear.
Guys, my dick is
And
green.
then like, see?
Wanna see?
And then we'd like drink a little on St. Patty's Day.
Your parents would let you drink a little? That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Whoa, green beer.
Yeah.
Wait, you shouldn't say it on a podcast.
Yeah, guys, I've been drinking since I was a
Oh
child.
my god, rest your parents. Look what they've done. They've created a
Degenerate.
slow kid
Excuse me.
from all that drinking. I knew it. Alright. Rstar, how was your Thanksgiving?
Not too bad. So my side of the family celebrates today, and so I won't be here to celebrate. But then, my partner's side celebrated last week, and they're super westernized, so they cook like a whole Thanksgiving feast, like turkey,
Like, name it. Yeah.
stuffing, ham, like prime rib, fucking Brussels sprouts, like roasted vegetables.
That's wild.
Pumpkin pie?
Oh, pumpkin pie. Actually,
Right.
Ting brought pumpkin pie.
Okay, pumpkin
And
pie.
then
What else is there?
like yams, like
Yep.
Candied
candied
yams.
yams.
Mashed
Yeah, yeah.
potatoes, I assume.
Mashed potatoes. Yeah, pretty much
Green
exactly that.
beans.
Yeah, I think that's it actually. Yeah, so whole last thing. But okay, have you guys ever had have you ever cooked a turkey before, first of all?
I don't think I have.
You probably have, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so like there's like a turkey and then there's like a butterball turkey. But I didn't realize like the butterball turkey, that little red thing that you stick in the turkey
Mm-hmm.
is actually like a thermometer thing. So like once it reaches like a right internal temperature, it pops out and that's when you take it out of the oven.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
It's cool, right?
That's
It's so
pretty fucking cool.
like convenient.
No,
Yeah.
never done that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, that's Thanksgiving. I had a wedding over this weekend. One of my coworkers got married, and I went to the same volleyball Thanksgiving as Viv yesterday.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, but yeah, Thanksgiving I feel like pretty standard to celebrate with turkey. I love turkey, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, I love turkey.
Dark or white meat?
For sure, dark meat. Like light white meat is not bad either, but it definitely needs some sort of like sauce with it.
It just gets so dry so fast.
Like like if you eat it fresh, I'm down for it.
Yeah.
Or like put it in like a sandwich or something.
Yeah, sandwich with mayo or something. I mean, it sounds white as fuck, but like sandwich with mayo and like drier turkey is not too bad. It compensates for it.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my Thanksgiving.
Nice chilling.
Yeah.
That's good.
What about you?
For me, so my family doesn't celebrate it. My parents are actually gone to Vietnam.
Like they don't even eat. Like you guys don't have dinner together or
I
something?
think we used to like a long time ago. It was like just an excuse for like my family get together because like most of my mom's side family is here. And I think before COVID, I think we did do like a family thing because like my siblings moved out and stuff, so we would actually get together. But since COVID, we haven't. And then this year, my parents are in Vietnam, so they're gone for a month. So that wasn't gonna happen there. I think my brother probably does it with his wife, and I'm not sure about my sister. I think she was probably busy. Because my brother's wife is white, so like they celebrate it more intensely than we do.
So then they don't invite you over?
Nope. I've never gotten the invite.
Oh, man.
I've never gotten the invite. I mean, I don't blame them, right? But then went to volleyball friends Thanksgiving, and then Joyce's mom's birthday is yesterday. So for Filipinos, like for her family and their religion, they don't celebrate anything, like except for the New Year's. Like they don't
No
celebrate
Christmas either.
No
like-
Filipino turkey?
Like they will give gifts and stuff, but like under their religion, they shouldn't celebrate anything. So like she doesn't dress up for Halloween.
Is this a common religion?
Yeah, it's one of the
Filipinos?
Filipino one, not Catholic, but the other cult. I forget which one it is.
Amish.
No, it's not that one. But yeah, but then for them, birthdays are really big because of that. So then went to Joyce's house for like hot pot and stuff, and Joyce's mom made like king crab legs and like spaghetti and all that stuff. So it was really good.
Ooh.
Yeah. But no
The
other.
Filipino spaghetti.
Yeah, Filipino spaghetti. You've had Filipino spaghetti?
We had it yesterday, actually.
It's good.
Yeah,
You guys like
it's
it?
pretty good. I imagined it. I'm sorry, not imagined. I remembered it to be a lot sweeter than what I ate yesterday.
Yeah, me too.
Right? Because like their pasta sauce is made of banana or something, isn't it?
Banana ketchup, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, so just chilling for nothing really for Thanksgiving. I actually I'm usually not around for Thanksgiving.
Why?
Where are you?
I think it's the best time to travel because it's like only our Thanksgiving.
Fuck you guys. See ya.
Well, because my family doesn't really celebrate
That's
anyways.
true.
But like when you go to the States, they don't have the holidays, right? So then nothing's closed. Everything's normal when you go. But we have the holiday.
Oh right. I was just like, they celebrate Thanksgiving. It's a different time.
Yeah. But could you imagine if our like weather was like permittable to have Thanksgiving like them? So the reason why they have Thanksgiving so late is because it doesn't get cold till later for them,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because it's when the harvest happens.
That's when the
et
harvest
cetera,
ends.
right?
Okay.
Yeah. So could you imagine if our temperature didn't get so cold until like end of November?
Then is that when we would have Thanksgiving?
Yeah. Because that's when they have it, right? That's when they have
I mean,
Thanksgiving.
with global
and all that
warming,
stuff.
you don't even know these days, to be honest.
True. I do love global warming. It's my best friend.
Actually, okay, I have a question. Actually, this is off topic, but
No, go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
all right. So a couple days ago, I saw this TikTok of this guy harvesting his crop, and this crop is called a loofah.
Loofah.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. It's for the loofah sponge, right? But it's actually a gourd.
I don't know what it is.
Does
but
it look like this?
It looks
It's
exactly
like
like that.
long.
Yeah, it looks like a huge zucchini.
Need to shake it.
Yeah, shake it.
Yeah, because I watched a video on how they harvest these things to make loofah sponges.
Is it to make loofah sponges? Because I didn't know if it's to make loofah sponges or if it's actually to eat, but I thought it was so cool because the inside of it. Okay, well, first of all, the TikTok that I watched, this guy was harvesting this, and he was like, okay, actually, normally I would let these loofah plants dry out a lot more so that they could blah, 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 and then he's like, all right, but I get more yield if I harvest it a little bit earlier. And so since the season's about to end, I'm going to just do some testing with like my last little bit of crops and whatever. And so he was like peeling this thing, and then inside is like this huge like fluff that literally looks like a loofah. And then he's like, oh, like actually nothing is too different from this versus like letting it age for another like 2 weeks or something like that. And then so I was like, whoa, this is crazy. And he's like, yeah, the seeds just are a little bit darker or whatever. And then I was like, well, I've never seen this fucking plant before. And I was just kind of curious what the hell it's used for. Or like if you eat it or whatever, because it looks crazy. Like it's genuinely like fuzzy inside, and you peel it like a shell.
Can you eat loofah? Can be eaten raw, added to
Whoa.
salads, or tossed into stir fries. Is it
Is this a Chinese thing? This picture looks like a Chinese.
Like that,
Go back.
like that bitter melon, not bitter melon, like I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
okra?
No, it's not okra.
Not okra.
What are you talking about? What do you want
Go
me
back,
to do?
go back. What the hell?
I know
I'll
what
go
you mean
for
because
it.
I see it at
This?
yeah.
This
I see
specifically.
it in the like Chinese supermarkets all the time.
Yeah.
It's
I
like
don't
very it's like a very pointy.
No,
like-
I've seen this before,
Oh.
but I didn't know that's where
I
they
don't-
made
I
this
swear it's not-
sponge thing from it.
Oh,
Is it luffa or loofah?
it's loofah.
Luffa? I mean, it's also spelled Loofah. This one I would spell it loofah. This one I would pronounce it luffa.
Luffa. No.
Keep calling it that. Go ahead.
Well, what's TUFF? Is it tough?
I don't.
It's not tooth. Is it tooth? It's not tooth. It's tough. So what's LUFF?
I don't think English.
Yeah,
works
English
like
does not work like that.
I mean, if I was on a spelling bee, they told me this is how you pronounce it.
Yeah, can we
That's how
have
I
the
spell
place
it.
of origin, please?
Put it in a sentence.
Please,
syllabus
please use weather in a sentence. You guys,
No, I'd like to know whether the weather.
that's the
It's
family
gonna
guy.
be- yeah, right.
That was hilarious. Yeah, that's great.
Anyways, yeah. So I thought that was pretty wild. This plant.
No, I
That's
mean,
pretty neat.
very interesting. Do you guys use loofahs?
No,
Yes.
I heard it's just like a huge like breeding ground for bacteria just sitting in the fucking shower.
Me too.
He's calling you dirty.
No, the one I use is like a silicone one, so it's not like a normal one.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I'll let it slide.
You could tell yourself that. You could tell yourself.
I mean, the silicone one's supposed to be like way better, and it
like
doesn't.
more antibacterial actually.
Yeah.
It's funny because when I first moved out, I bought silicone sponges because they were saying that it doesn't let bacteria grow like as quickly and like whatever. I was like, yo, this shit does not scrub shit on my dishes. I was like, this is so stupid.
Oh yeah. No.
Doesn't work
Yeah.
at all.
So yeah, anyways,
I mean, wait. If you don't use loofah, what do you just?
just freehand scrub.
Oh, I use a bar of soap.
That's
you're
nice.
wild. I know.
Yeah. I hate using
I
soap
hate bar
bars.
soap.
Yeah.
I think I only did it because like I've always done it as a kid. Like my dad always just bought like Irish Spring.
Oh,
Those bars of
that's a very like nostalgic scent.
Just the Irish Spring scent.
Yeah.
I don't even know what.
The classic Irish Spring scent. Because when I was a kid, like that, we had those big green bricks of Irish
Yeah.
Spring.
Yeah.
That because my parents would fucking use that shit too. And then
Yeah.
so as a kid, I had to use it because I fucking couldn't afford my own body wash.
Yeah.
And then so this smells kind of good. And then so
I heard it's so everyone keeps telling me it's not good for your skin to use a bar of soap.
why?
Like apparently it dries it out more. Is
Yeah,
what I was
heard
told.
that for like normal bars of soap, but I'm pretty sure they probably put different things in it now that counteracts that.
Oh, like they just science that and they're like, oh, we're gonna put shit into the soap now.
Yeah, like I'm guessing they would put more moisturizing properties into it to combat
I
that
see.
over like normal bars of soap.
Right.
You just moisturize your body afterwards.
No, I mean I don't do shit with my other than my face. I don't do anything with my skin. I think it's fine. I don't have issues at least. I mean I have calluses on my hand, but everyone who works out and climbs.
Ew.
Calluses, gross. Did you guys ever watch Fight Club?
Yes. You're not supposed to talk about it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let's not talk about it. But You guys know the whole like making a bomb from soap and stuff.
Yeah.
I
That
always
was
thought
pretty
of that.
cool.
Well, so when
I replayed that scene so many times because I was like, okay, I want to remember how to do this.
Yeah, I don't think that's how it works. I just remember like because like every time we were in Marseille and we were like going by the soap factory or the place where they make soap, I kept telling Joyce like they're making bombs in there. Wait, you watched Fight Club, right? Yeah. I just remember that scene so well, and it's like one of my iconic movies I always remember, and like just because that one and that one had like the most mind fuck to it, right?
Yeah, that was
it's like
actually really
you
good.
have to watch it twice because the first time you watch it, you feel one way, and then knowing how it ends, you watch it again, you're like, holy shit! You see all the signs and stuff. It's pretty sick.
When I first watched it, I watched it twice in one night. Like I finished it and I was like, okay, let's rewatch it. And I watched it again. It was pretty good.
Back.
Were there any like movies or like shows as a kid that kind of like mind fucked you a little?
As a kid?
It's like, you know how like they have ratings and stuff, and most of the time you're like, oh, whatever, it's PG, whatever, right? But then when you see something really fucked up, you're like, as a kid, you feel a little disturbed, or no?
Like, what's an example? Yeah,
Okay,
give me an
so for
example.
me, I remember I watched this YouTube video, and the thing is, I only watched half of it. And the YouTube video was like this magician, and he's like, oh, he puts himself into like a coffin, and it's going through this wood chipper, right? And then when it goes through the wood chipper, it's just like red shit that sprays out.
Oh shit!
Right? And like pretty much like he does like a little scream and a little knock to try to like open the lock, and then all of a sudden it's red, right?
Mm.
And then that kind of traumatized me a little bit. Like as a kid, I was like, oh shit, like seeing someone die like that is like
Yeah,
kind of weird, right? And then later I found out if you keep watching the video, he like pops up in the back. It was like part of the trick and stuff like that, right? But I was like, fuck, this is kind of traumatizing. Like as a kid, I was like. I wasn't completely a kid yet. I think I was like maybe like grade 6 or grade 7. But even then, like I'm still a kid, and it's still like I've never seen someone die. I've never seen a video of someone like actually die. Like you've seen it in movies, but it's like CGI or effects and stuff, and you know it's not real, right?
Yeah.
But in that, it kind of like freaked me out a little
Because it
bit.
seemed real.
Yeah. And then later, like I literally had to tell myself like, okay, just chill out, like just just don't think about it too much. But like it kind of like messes with your head a little bit at the time.
I don't recall anything in terms of like watching something that traumatized me, but fuck, when I was in elementary, there were like these kids that just did all these like crazy shit with just random shit. And then the one thing that I fucking hated were when people flip their eyelids inside
Oh my
out.
god, that was gross.
And I was like, oh god, like I just can't imagine fucking
Wait, did you know how to do it?
no.
Oh.
But I like just looking
Can
at it.
anyone do it? I tried doing it. It doesn't work.
I mean, I remember there's a thing where if you open your eyes and you tried really hard to like close it, like a little pink stuff would come out on the bottom, and then it'll like go back in when you like leave your eyes fine.
Ugh, yeah, I don't know. That shit like traumatized me.
But for me, I felt like the fact that I knew how to do it did not traumatize me.
Were you one of the kids that
No.
fucking-
I wouldn't do it to people because I was like, it's not that cool. I thought.
Yeah, I don't.
I thought like my double jointed thumb was cooler than that. So I showed that off instead. That's what I did at least.
It kind of reminds me of something in elementary school when we were learning about electricity. I told the kids, I was playing around with my highlighter, and
Wait,
then
like,
like
other kids.
yeah, other kids.
The kids.
We were learning about like the electrical current, and when you use batteries, if you use a paper clip, attach it, and you like unbend it in a certain way where you can hold one end of the paper clip onto the positive diode and then the other one on the negative side, and then eventually the paper clip will get warm, right?
Yeah.
I put a highlighter at the end of like the positive side, and it would make the highlighter like spray, like the ink of it spray, and then I was like, whoa, this is kind of like a paint. What's it called? Paint can?
Paint spray? What?
The thing people used to do graffiti.
Spray paint?
Oh.
Yeah, spray. Yeah. I was like, well, this is like spray paint. So then I showed all my friends how to do it.
Yeah.
And we started doing that. And eventually I was just like, oh, guys, but make sure you only like hold it on for a little bit or else it's still going to get like way too hot for you to hold.
Yeah.
And then this one kid was like, no, I swear I can use it for a long time. And I was like, you're going to burn your finger though. And he was just like, no, it's fine. And I was like, okay, do it then. Try it. And then he did it, and then he like kept his finger on there until it actually like burnt, and his skin was like blackish right here.
Oh, fuck.
And then he was like, oh my god, it hurts so much.
So
And
it was
you
a
had to go.
black kid?
No, it was a white.
Okay.
Okay. How can I tell then? No, it got like black, and then he kept saying it hurt so much, and he went to like the school's like nurse or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the other kids were like, oh, what were you showing him? What did you do? And I was like, it's gonna hurt though, guys. And they're like, let's do it, let's try it. And I was like, All right, you all can do it.
You start fucking.
I was like, y'all are stupid, but go ahead. So I showed them all how to do it, and I was like, this is what he did specifically. He put his finger right here, and then that's how he burned himself. But if you guys want to try it, then go ahead. And it was like so weird. It was like I was watching an experiment happening before my eyes. I was like, let's see who's willing to do this.
And then
And like half of the kids did it, and I was like,
You're a
just
fucking
like, y'all are
monster.
fucking dumb.
and then it's like all of them went to the nurse's room. It's like,
Who showed you how to do this?
Viv's like, okay, for the
Stir
next one, you
fucking cold.
duct tape it on so you can't get it off.
wait, so that traumatized you or traumatized that
No,
kid?
Viv's traumatizing other people, I think.
My God.
Yeah, I felt like that. Or something that did traumatize me, I feel, was when I watched the Saw movies for the first time.
Oh.
And I was like, well, what if I was stuck like this? Like, what choices would I make in
Right.
here? And then so I would like put myself in all the same scenarios. And then I realized eventually that I would not make it in Saw.
Yeah, like having to like cut yourself or like
Yeah.
something or dismember yourself just to
Yeah.
survive. Yeah.
That's like in the first movie, right?
I think it
That's the
happens a lot
second.
of them. It's like you had to like chop off your arm or bite off your arm or something just to
Yeah.
like get through this. Yeah, no.
You
No,
remember
that's
Fear
weird.
Factor?
Yeah. Did that shit traumatize you?
I think
Like-
some of the fucking
Which challenges?
well, like the ones where they had to like fucking eat these like raw fucking like bugs and shit, like whole. Yeah, I
Okay.
was like, it's just fucking nasty.
I felt like I could fly through those ones. I'm not sure.
Really?
Yeah. So in my mind, even as a kid, I thought like they wouldn't make you eat it if you'd actually die. Like they can't kill people on the show. So they can't make you eat poison,
Yeah.
right? So that means it's still edible, but it's just gross, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
So then I always thought like, no, I
I
probably could
feel
eat
like
it.
Fear Factor has gotten sued a couple times.
Yeah, I think so. I would not be able to do it though.
Oh, I think
Like,
I
would you
would.
really eat bull testicles? Just
Yeah,
fucking-
probably.
Oh my God, like raw bull testicles.
I mean,
What if
okay.
they pull the bull out and then they're like, "Hey, meet
No, no,
Sally," and you like spent like a couple hours with Sally,
Couple
like hung
hours
out
with
with
Sally.
Sally in the field, watch Sally run around the grass.
I mean,
and they're like, "Here, let's have you chop off these balls,
yeah.
and put it in your mouth right now.
but that's no because I
Put it in
can't.
your mouth while we chop it off."
I can't like I wouldn't hurt or kill an animal. That's different, right? That's different from eating something that's already
Mhm.
like, you know what I mean? Like if I went to you and be like, "Oh, this is Fear Factor, kill this dog." That's
Okay,
that's
okay,
a
no,
totally
you're
different
not
story.
the one killing it. Okay, pretend they're like, okay, while we like
Uh-huh.
take the testicles off this bull,
Uh-huh.
we're gonna like put local anesthesia in the area so
Uh-huh.
it doesn't feel it or anything.
Uh-huh.
This is like a regular process type
Uh-huh.
of thing, but we want you to have your fucking face underneath its junk so you can like open your mouth while the balls fall.
I mean, I feel like there's other logistical issues. I don't know what you're talking about. This must be the highest production show ever. They're like, hey, we have a team of surgeons ready at every time.
Fear factor.
No, I feel like the physical or the pain challenge is probably harder than just the eating. I felt like the eating ones were kind of just whatever. Because I felt like they couldn't
But like,
kill you on the show.
but
they just
but
couldn't.
Can you get past like the smell and like the taste of some of this stuff? Like, I'm just curious in like your everyday, like what would happen if you had like a dish that was just disgusting and smelled absolutely rancid?
I mean, like, was it cooked poorly or is it like an actual dish?
An actual dish.
I mean, I feel like if other people can eat it, I could probably eat it. It's like, you know that really gross Swedish
Balut?
fish
Oh.
dish? Oh, I eat balut.
Yeah, balut's pretty standard.
Yeah, it's not nothing bad. But like, there's that really like fermented fish dish from
Oh.
like Sweden.
I know what you're
I feel
talking
like if people can eat that, I feel like I can eat that.
No,
like,
but
I
have
can
you
probably
tried,
force
though?
that down. What?
But have you tried?
No, I didn't go out and spend money on that.
Yeah.
I mean,
see?
if someone gave me a can of it, I would eat it.
Interesting.
Oh, I'm curious.
Have you tried Vegemite?
Yes, I've tried it. It's not
Okay.
that good. It's kind of
That's
average.
disgusting, eh?
It's kind of just like salty, whatever
It's
thing.
really-
Yeah. But I mean, okay, the difference though is if you say like, oh, hey, here's a $10,000 on the line, would you eat it? I'm like, yeah,
But
yeah.
it's a chance at
Streaming.
$10,000.
Yes, true. But if you don't eat it, there's zero chance of
True. But
winning that money.
but
right?
100% chance of you not fucking. I guess then you wouldn't have fucking applied to Fear Factor.
Yeah, that's
True.
true. But I don't know. I just always thought you couldn't die from that.
Yeah, that does make sense though.
Right. So then they can't feed you poison.
What the fuck?
Right. It
I
has to
feel
be
like that's
still
also roller coasters and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like that's like the mental aspect of it. I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to go on roller coasters because like I'm scared to fucking,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. I mean, isn't that the whole point of like the whole like adrenaline rush is like being close to death but not actually dying is
Holy
like the whole
fuck.
thrill of it.
Yeah,
I'm on
true.
Amazon right now, and that stinky fish is $80 a can.
That's what I said. If you buy from me, I'll eat it, but I'm not gonna like, go
a
out my way to get
delicacy,
it.
okay?
Right?
Oh really? What the fuck?
Yeah. So I mean, I'm not against like. I feel like there's worse things I've eaten in Asian cuisine than that stuff.
Really?
I can't. I feel like I would succumb to the eating part over the pain or like physical challenges part.
Like you've ever had stinky tofu in Asia? It actually smells so bad, but it's pretty good, delicious.
Never.
Yeah.
I tried it in Singapore. It's actually
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah, it's good. So some of them smell like pretty terrible. It's like you're next to a trash can or some shit. But when you eat it, it's like, oh, it's not bad. It's like super garlicky and like super flavorful.
Yeah, I feel like I get very turned off by bad smelling stuff.
Makes sense.
Cannot.
Can't eat that. I mean, would that be the challenge that would defeat you? I think strength challenges
Probably.
would defeat me.
I mean, like limited to what my strength is, but I feel like for a mental,
Yeah.
I cannot do it for a lot of foods. I'm not explorative.
You can't even eat tripe
Oh.
Yeah,
Dude, you're
I'm
not even
not-
Asian.
or chicken feet.
You're
I'm
fucking
not
Byee shit.
explorative when it comes to food.
Yeah, that's. I mean, that's the same with Joyce. I don't think Joyce eats a lot of stuff, so it's good for me. I just eat whatever, right? She's a bit more picky, but yeah. Have you guys ever heard of that one? Just like speaking of Fear Factor, that one haunted house where it's like if you can survive the night, they pay you money and stuff, but it's like super terrifying and the actors can touch you and you can't. You're technically not allowed to retaliate.
Oh, it's somewhere in Europe, right?
I think there's one in the States.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
It's when you live there for like over 24 hours or like 3 days or some shit, right?
yeah. I'm not too sure about the
I'd
complete terms.
I get freaked out.
Yeah, I'm not into that shit.
I think that like, if you have some trauma
No,
or you're like scarred in some way by like your past trauma somewhere in your
Oh,
life,
okay.
like you have like you're claustrophobic or you've been like I don't know like
they like try to like push that, right?
yeah, I feel like that's what would break you, or for me personally that's what would break me over like any like actual fear aspect, because I know that these are people that actually work here and this is what they're trying to do, but I feel like if you're traumatized by anything in your past and they like trigger that somehow, then that's what would get you.
Really?
Because I've
Wouldn't
watched
like
videos on it, it's actually pretty fucking crazy.
wouldn't like a heart attack kind of kill you?
It could, like there's some I've seen some clips and there's some where they will like almost make you drown, like you'll be trapped into a really small room and they'll start filling up with water up until like up here and they'll leave you like that for a bit.
Because
And, like
I think some of those, first off, you have to sign a waiver, but also if you have any heart conditions, they don't even let you do it
that's true.
because there's like a high chance of you actually like having something happen while you do it.
Like imagine if you're stuck in a really really small room in the dark and then they like filled water up to like the top of the roof and you just have to stay like hours. Wouldn't your like mental probably break a little, or you might feel like claustrophobic?
I don't know actually. Probably.
Yeah, that's actually kind of
Probably.
like they wouldn't just make it fucking easy so that anyone can just
I think the issue for me would probably be like the constant jump scare. Like you're always on edge probably when you're there. Right? So like you're like adrenaline's on high like the whole time. Which is why I fear like you're gonna like completely burn out or like have a heart attack or some shit. Because like
that's
your heart rate's probably always going fast, right?
Yeah,
You're like sweating the whole time and shit. You're like
they actually like touch your face and like manipulate your face and shit.
and you just fucking they stick their finger in your mouth.
Yeah, like they actually
Well, but I don't think they can stick.
no,
it
they
in.
do.
But like, isn't it instinctive to bite or some shit?
I don't know.
So
maybe.
then they can't really, like, they can't do stuff to you to like actually like harm you, but they also can't like do
put
stuff
themselves
to
in danger.
yeah, they can't put themselves in like mortal danger either, right?
I've seen clips. They actually like fucking hold your face and like
Oh
grab your
yeah,
face and like
yeah, okay.
do shit like that.
But I'm sure they can't like stick it in there, just like like
What if somebody-
because it would just be like self-defense, instinctual type of thing, right? Like subconscious self-defense.
Maybe.
right?
But then like jump scares and stuff like
Dude, I cannot do jump scares,
yeah,
man.
me neither.
Like real life shit, dude. I'm
What's
gonna
your
pee myself.
reaction when you get jump scared?
Mine might be to cower. I'm not sure.
to what?
To cower, like you know, like
Mine is-
like go away from it and like try to put my hands to protect myself.
I think my instinctual is like I just like jump. But one of my friends, Stove,
Yeah,
his instinct is just to like
just
fucking
punch.
punch.
Yeah, because he used to be
That's
like a martial, like he used to fight in
Yeah.
like in combat sport, right? So like they're trained, like it's wired in their head to have that instinct, right?
Yeah.
I don't. I think mine would be like
Yeah.
hands to protect like my face or something, and then like to move backwards is probably my instinct.
You've never been scared that badly that you know like what your initial reaction would be?
No. I know that's probably my initial
Oh, I
reaction.
see.
What's your reaction?
Yeah, I scream and I fall to the floor and I
What the
start
fuck
crying.
is that gonna do for you?
Yeah. I just fall to the floor and they start crying, unfortunately.
Fetal position.
That's actually what I do, unfortunately.
I just undo my belt, take out my pants, and start shitting on the floor.
just like super fast.
Yeah. Just like, you're gonna scare me? You're gonna walk in shit now. Yeah, I think mine's pretty chicken shit for the jump scare stuff.
Yeah, me
for
too.
Sure. Going back to the trauma part. Oh, wait, actually, okay. For haunted house, have you guys ever been to any haunted house?
Yes.
Like we went to Dedmonton together.
Yes.
I thought that was less scary than I anticipated.
I think all of the haunted houses that I've been to, they're not actually scary because you like know that there's people there trying to scare you and that it's Halloween themed or scary themed or whatever. But if you were to say, let's go into this haunted building where like 500 people actually died, then I'd be like, yeah, no, I'm okay.
Wait, do you guys have any like paranormal experiences?
Yeah.
You do?
I swear I've had a lot.
Like what?
Okay, this one time when I swear my grandparents' house is haunted
Okay.
in the basement.
Yeah.
And then so like me and my 7 cousins, we used to always play down there. And then like whenever anyone got a little spooked out, we'd all just like book it and run.
Oh yeah.
Because we all kind of like felt the same, scary vibes. And this one time, I swear this is the most, evidence that I have was when we were playing hide and go seek. I only have one guy cousin on my mom's side of the family, so he's the only guy. Okay, this was in the summertime, and then all the girls were wearing like dresses or whatever, and you can tell like girls' feet apart from guys' feet. Okay, he was the one that was supposed to be it, and we were playing hide and go seek. And when you're it, you have to go upstairs. We were playing in the basement. He has to go upstairs and like wait for us to all like hide and everything. And the way that my grandparents' basement was laid out was, imagine a big giant rectangle, and then you have a boiler room kind of in the middle on one side.
You want me to draw it?
Sure, or I can draw it right here. Here, I'll draw
That's
it.
fine.
Okay,
Alright.
draw a big rectangle, and then right here put the stairs.
Okay, so stairs are in the corner of the house.
Your upper corner, and then put a boiler room right here.
Okay, so boiler room.
Why is it a circle?
Because the boiler is a circle, no?
No, make it a square. Come on.
What do you mean?
Make it a square.
Okay, a square boiler room. Square boiler room right here, you said.
Yeah.
Okay, so the boiler room's right next to the stairs. Wait, how do you get out?
Okay, well, it's like on top of this. Like the stairs goes over the boiler room.
Oh. Okay.
Holy shit! This is very reminiscent of my basement when I was a kid. Yeah.
And then divide this whole area in half.
So it's not half, but like, so, okay. The
Yeah, well, originally I wanted you to make this like a long rectangle this way.
Oh.
But
All right, here.
okay, erase this line.
Okay, this is becoming a lot of work, guys.
This line. Move it like that. Whoa, what the fuck? Whoa, I learned something new.
Okay, so, stairs over the thing, room cut in half. Okay.
And then, wait, put this boiler room out here a little bit. Yeah. Okay. And then put a little like squiggly line right there. And there's a door right here.
Okay.
Okay, and that's basically all you need to know about the basement. Okay.
Okay.
So my guy cousin, so me and my one female cousin, we're hiding in the boiler room because there were like washing machines right here, and we're like, oh, let's hide in this little corner.
Okay.
There's also a door. Oh, can you put a door right here?
Yeah.
Or I guess that's better. We always keep this door like closed, just because my grandpa just said never to open it because there was like a heater right here and another heater right here, and he's like, you guys don't need to come in this area, okay? So don't play around this area.
Okay.
So we were hiding like right here, right beside the 2 washing machines and in between the boiler, and this squiggly line right here represents a little
Grill? Like vent.
a vent
in
the wall to like allow air circulation between all the rooms, between this room and the next room over.
Yeah.
This is like one other room. And so we could see into this air vent, and we were like, oh, so if our cousin walks down here, there's a door right here to like go into the boiler room. We're like, oh, we can see if he like walks by the boiler room, so we know like where he is. Because the way we played hide and go seek is that you have to count to 30, and the minute you count to 30, you can just come down. You don't have to announce that you're starting the game.
Right.
So then we're like, okay, if he's coming down, then we'll at least know the game has started. So we'll see him like walk across here when he comes down the stairs. And we're like, okay, if he comes into this room, then right when he passes his door, we'll see him like walk by through this air vent.
Okay.
So we're like, okay, that's great. Like we'll know where he is.
Right.
This is like a perfect hiding spot. Okay. And we're technically not allowed to be here. Like if my grandpa knew that we were there, we'd get in trouble. So we're like, oh, he probably won't come looking for us over there because he doesn't want to get in trouble.
All right.
So we were just crouching over there, just waiting. And then we were watching this door, and then we didn't see anyone walk by for like the longest time. But we were like, oh, it's like over 30 seconds, so maybe we just like missed it or some shit. Or maybe he like jumped over the stairs or something. We just missed it. Okay.
Right.
And then after a while, we saw like him walking over here.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh shit, okay, he's in the other room. Let's just watch. And then we could see him like walk this way and then walk back and walk this way. And we're like, what the fuck's he like? Can't find anyone or anything.
Like you just see shadows, or you see feet?
No, we literally see like feet walking this way and that way.
Oh, okay.
And we're like, oh, so he's probably like, maybe he doesn't like know where to go or like who he wants to look for first. And as we're just patiently waiting, and then the reason why I knew that like my cousin also knew that he was like walking by was because we weren't really saying anything to each other, but we're like, oh look, and we're like, okay, shh. Like okay, we can see his feet over there, and like okay, be quiet and all that stuff. And then like a minute later, my cousin calls him upstairs, and he's like, guys, I'm sorry, I'm still eating. I'll be down in a bit. And me and my cousin looked at each other, and we just booked it. Like it was something where you didn't even need to say anything because we're like, those were clearly guy feet, and we have no other guy cousins.
Damn.
And so we just booked it. And then the funny thing is that all my cousins, we all kind of like knew that there was something funny going on with the basement. So the second my other cousins heard us run upstairs, everyone just started booking it. Like it's not something that we need to say.
They were also in the basement.
Yeah, everyone was also in the basement, but in like different spots, and they hear us booking. They're like, I don't know what's going on, but I'm gonna book it too, type of thing.
But they didn't see. You didn't try to corroborate a story.
No.
Okay.
Like me and my one other cousin saw it, and we didn't even say anything. The second my guy cousin said, "Oh guys, I'm still upstairs," whatever, we just looked at each other like, "What the fuck?" and we ran.
Yeah, that would freak me the fuck out.
That's spooky as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think I said this before too. Like, I used to work at Westmount Junior High, like Chinese school.
Oh, yeah.
And that's like a haunted school where the girl.
basement?
No, well, it's the upstairs girl's bathroom. A girl hung herself like way back when. Like,
Oh my lord.
because it's a relatively old school. And then like people say like, oh, they see like, you know, girl screams, and they sometimes see a girl in the washroom and they get freaked out and stuff. So that was always a pretty freaky school. But like sometimes I would like, so the girls' washroom is kind of next to the upstairs library, and sometimes I would like hear shit in there. Like it's not at night because I wasn't there at night, but like 5 p.m. on a Saturday in like December, it's like dark out already, right? So like I would hear stuff while I'm cleaning up because like all the kids already left and I'm just cleaning up.
That's
and I'm like, fuck man, that's fucking scary as shit.
So what'd you do?
I mean,
Tough it out.
I have a job to do, so
Love you, my friend.
like fuck me
Tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, just tough it out. But yeah, that shit's pretty scary.
Yeah, I think so. Do you think little kids can see ghosts?
I think they see it probably better than adults.
I heard dogs can see.
Yeah. I feel like
I mean,
can.
that's a crazy thing too, because that's like, you know how like animals and other creatures can see stuff at like different range of the
light spectrum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So like maybe ghosts operate at different ranges too.
That's
and
what
shit, right?
Yeah, I heard that.
And then also
theory.
like different frequency of sound too, right? Maybe like we can't hear, but they operate at a different frequency of sound.
Yeah.
Because we can only hear like X hertz to X hertz, right? Like there's a range, right?
Yeah. And then once you get past a certain age, like that diminishes and shit. And then maybe it's the people that kind of can hear the, I don't know, paranormal shit, or the people that have like a crazy range of,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Them.
My aunt is known for being able to see that stuff. So like when she's at a hospital, she sees people who aren't there a
That's
lot.
scary.
That's crazy.
And it's like for her, it's like a consistent thing. It's not like happens once or twice. Like when she's in a hospital, she sees like people walking that that aren't actually there.
Damn, I wonder how that feels like.
I mean, she's always lived with it. Like, you know how people are like, I wouldn't call them ESP, but they have like, they've always had that
Yes.
ESP, ESP. Like they like they're not psychic, but like they can see into the other realm and all that shit. Like I think she has that I don't know, like that paranormal thing where she can kind of see things where most people can't.
Yeah.
Which is scary. Like
pretty scary.
I was like, I don't want any of that stuff.
The reason why I asked about kids is that this one time I was playing with my cousin when she was still a baby, and we're playing in this area. We're playing house.
Right.
And then I was like, oh, let's pretend that you're going to go shower. And then the fake shower was like in this area.
Right.
And then so we sent her over there, and she was like 1 or 2 or something like that. And the second she walked over there, she looked at the wall and she like pointed and started screaming and started crying. And me and my other cousin were like, what the fuck? So I picked her up and ran. And I was like, I don't want to know what you saw.
Oh.
And it's in that same fucking area too.
Damn.
Yeah, that's no thanks for me, man. That's so scary.
And I brought Lumi down there before, and Lumi kept barking.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dude, something's going on. You guys need like a whole ritual thing. Maybe you guys built the land on some
Maybe.
native graveyard or something.
Maybe, but I never go down there.
Yeah, that's fucking scary. I mean, yeah, I think that type of stuff is this like the haunted house for me is the scariest. Like stories of like Slender Man or Loch Ness Monster, all that stuff doesn't freak me out as much because it feels like it's like wide out in the open a bit more.
Oh my god, no! Actually, I got really scared of Slender Man at one point.
Oh.
When I first learned about it, I was in Nanaimo with my cousins, and they told me the story about Slender Man.
Yeah.
And then in Nanaimo, where I hang out, it's like a fucking farmland. So all you see is like a whole bunch of fucking fields and like really long ass roads and like literally nothing else.
Right.
And me and my cousins, we would just like hang out in those fields and do like fuck shit all and like look at stars or like go biking and stuff at night.
Yeah.
And when I first heard about Slender Man, my cousins were like, if Slender Man's here, I don't think you can run away from him. He's gonna see where you are in this entire field. You literally have nowhere to hide. Right. And so I got so fucking spooked out for the longest fucking time with Slender Man. I'd be like, is that tall thing over there Slender Man or is it a tree? Like, I actually got so scared.
I don't know, like, okay, so I can see how that's scary, but I feel like inside closed and cramped space for me is scarier than like outside space.
Oh, really? How come?
Yeah.
Why is that?
I don't know, like I feel like
I'd feel a lot safer in like a tighter space for some reason.
but I feel terrified. Like if it's like a haunted house, I'd be more terrified than if I was like in a haunted field, if that makes sense. Because it's like it's wide open, like you can kind of see it coming if there was anything coming, and like there's some moonlight and stuff.
I
But like
see.
in a haunted house, it's like very dark and like claustrophobic and shit. And it's like you don't know what your escape plan, right? Like if you're in a field, like, well, the escape plan is not that way. It's the escape plan, right? Like whatever it is, it's just not towards that thing, right?
That's true.
Actually, speaking of which, when I went to Vegas recently, we went to this it themed escape room.
Oh,
and
IT?
it was
Nice.
Yeah, it was actually pretty.
Oh my god.
It was actually pretty sick. But I swear, half of the fucking time that we were trying to escape there, it like the people in my party were just like spooked the shit out. And then okay, so it's pretty cool because they have like actors and actresses in the escape rooms, and it's not just like the traditional escape rooms where it's just like whatever. Like it's at this huge warehouse, and like you go through these like basically the whole warehouse. And so there's one part of it where like you actually go into like a sewer pipe, and like you
have to crawl through.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then like the door opens, and then like like you have to like kind of duck and stuff, and then like find clues like to whatever. And then in some of the rooms there's like actors or actresses that like contribute to the story,
Right.
And then like
That's scary.
give you hints and shit like that. And then I remember fucking like looking into this, like it's like a window, but there was no glass, there was just bars, and it's a pipe, right? Because we were in the sewer. And I was like just looking in there, like trying to find shit. And then this fucking person just jumps out. He's like, whoa! And then he like grabbed my arm, and I was like, oh fuck! Like I didn't think it like there was gonna be like a jump scare in this fucking escape room. And so I got so fucking freaked out. But like the escape room was actually pretty sick because of just like how they set it up and how they like themed it.
Yeah. They make it as immersive as possible.
It is super immersive. Yeah, exactly.
I think that's the scariest when you like try to look into something to try to see if something's there, and then something pops out of you. I think that's the scariest. It's like you know how some windows you can't really see until you get close, and you like kind of cover the light, and then when something pops up at you at that moment, that's probably the scariest.
Yeah,
jump scare.
Super scary, man.
Oh,
but like the fact that they also grabbed me too, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's
yeah.
Fucking dude, if you were a stove, you would have like broke that person's arm or something.
Probably. Like, yeah, it's actually wild. But that escape room, it's crazy because they only allow like parties of 10, no more, no less.
Whoa.
So you have to queue with randoms if you don't make 10.
Whoa.
You know what's crazy too? What if one of the random is like a spy, like for the company? You know what I mean? So they contribute to the story more.
Oh.
Wouldn't that make it even more immersive?
That would have been cool.
Like that person disappears all of a sudden, and then you remember their name, and then all of a sudden on one of the things it's like, oh, you have to find this guy, and like, what the hell? Where'd he go? Right?
Oh,
You know what I mean?
that would have been cool.
That
yeah.
would have been super immersive.
I actually think that there was either Mr. Beast or some big YouTuber that did a escape room kind of like that, and one of the people that was in the room was actually working with them, and then they had to like sacrifice one person that was a spy,
Right.
but they couldn't tell who it was, and if you sacrifice the wrong person, then you'll like get shipped off to someplace.
Oh,
How would you?
shit.
How do you think you would try to figure out who's the spy?
Mafia.
You swear?
Well, I mean, if you go in with 9 people that you know.
That's true. That's true. But like, what if you'll queue up with randoms, right? Or if it's like group of 4 and a group of 5?
Yeah, true.
But then that group of 5 is actually a group of 4, and they thought you're a group of 5.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like, so then it's not obvious.
Yeah.
Who's the odd one out?
Then they
right?
wouldn't be like, I'd be like, okay, yeah, if you have exactly 10 people, like, sorry, we can only take 9. You're like, all right, fuck.
I mean, okay, if I was Mr. Beast, it'd be very obvious. I'd be like, if you're the spy, you tell me right now, and I'll give you like $20,000. Everyone's volunteering to do the spy.
It's me.
Okay, I don't want to like ruin this escape room for you guys in case you guys actually go, but there's one part of it where we actually had to sacrifice one of the people in our parties. They had to like lay in a fucking coffin, and we closed the fucking coffin.
Oh.
And then we hear this trap door like fucking open,
Yeah.
and then the door to like the next fucking room open, and I was like, holy shit.
What happened to the friend that you sacrificed?
Wait, did you talk
It was
to
a
them
random.
after?
It was a random.
Oh, it was a random. Oh,
And then they met us in the next room, but I was like, holy shit, like I'm not crawling that shit.
Oh my god.
that's -1 life. You know,
Yeah,
if
totally.
you have like 3 lives. That
Did
one's
you guys vote for the random to go in there?
No, he volunteered.
Oh.
Yeah,
So you
but
guys
he's
are like,
he-
you go.
he was also like a fucking goof. It kind of made the experience like a lot more fun too, though.
Oh yeah.
Because he's from fucking like Tennessee or some shit.
The only 10 I see.
And then like, okay, so we were walking down this long hallway, and then he like stayed back a little bit to like pretend to like look at shit, and then the room guide that was leading us from room to room was like, all right, do we have everyone? Like, everybody come, right? And then so we're like, okay, like we're all rushing to like the next stop, right?
Yeah.
Because she's like, oh, like you guys better hurry because the door's gonna close.
Yeah.
And then so like everybody just started rushing to the whatever, and there's that one guy that just like stayed back to like look.
Yeah.
And he's just a pug, like a random in our party, right?
Yeah.
And then he stayed back like near the door as it started to close, and then he just like secretly like walked behind everybody, and then he started like crawling on all fours, like fucking making like ape sounds and shit. And we're like, what the fuck? And then we thought he was part of like the fucking like props and shit, and then his wife was like, she like slapped him. He's like, don't do that, honey. I was like, oh my god, it's so fucking stupid.
Just do the upside down bridge wall.
Yeah, exactly.
It's fucking sick, actually.
I mean, it's good to have like a suicidal friend. Then, hey, if you have to sacrifice one, like that's the one.
Me,
we all want
please.
it. All of us want this. Okay.
Oh my god.
In that situation only, I guess.
Um,
Yeah, I haven't been to many haunted houses. I know when I was in high school, they always went to that abandoned hospital.
Oh
Your ship?
yeah, to like muck
Yeah.
around.
Do you know they're like? I think we.
There's
talked about this
security
on-
guards now, right?
No, they're building houses around it now.
They're so close. He
Yeah.
showed me.
Yeah, it
They're
was
literally
insane.
on the same fucking property.
Here, I'll show you right now. Rstar. Dude. So have you been around that area before?
yeah,
Right. Have you been in or?
Yeah.
You've been in?
The hospital?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Haunted?
What's it like?
It's just like super dark. I remember we had to like crawl in through like a fucking hole. Like we used to muck around all the time by there. Not all the time, but like, yeah, we've definitely.
You weren't scared at all?
So
we had to climb the fence to go in.
yeah, you have to climb the fence and you can go in and stuff. Like if you remember the layout, like their house is right next to it. Like you see,
Oh
this is the
my
fucking
God.
hospital, and they're building houses right next to it.
I mean, what? They're like infills too, hey?
Yeah, like this is the hospital. These are the houses, and
That's
like
wild.
even right now. So like, if you were to go now, it's all the way out here, right?
Wow.
And it's just houses completely
So you just
surrounding.
want a super discounted piece of land?
I mean, like, until you do the full native ritual to get rid of this burial land, I'm not going in here.
I don't think I would ever, regardless.
Yeah.
I mean, they could advertise this as a spooky place. I'd definitely go trick or treating around there. It would be
you
very
have the full
immersive.
experience.
Dude, they're actually doing construction on the hospital
That's
itself.
insane.
So I'm not sure if they're trying to like rejuvenate it or some shit, but it ain't a hospital no more because there's houses all around it.
That's insane. I wonder what prompted them to do that. Like, oh, we're running out of land, guys.
I mean, it's pretty prime real estate. It's surprising too because unless
Is that
you
a school, right?
this is school,
Yeah, okay, yeah.
but like unless you drive into the community, you never see this. Like, you know how Royal Alex, you're like
It's just out
like
there.
several blocks away, you can still see the top of the hospital, right?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for this hospital, until you like drive in, you don't see the top of it at all. It's like very hidden by the trees and
I go
everything.
to the Royal Alex for my physio, and every single time I'm around there, I'm like, wow, I'm like, where is it? It says it's literally 2 minutes away, but I don't see it at all. I'm still downtown, and all of a sudden it's right there.
It's just
I think it's a you problem, not a hospital. I think the hospital's there at the right spot, the right height. I think it's a
Maybe
Viv
it's the
problem.
way that I come.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, I feel like hospitals must be one of the, like the most haunted, not haunted, but like most paranormal stuff going on.
yeah, just because the shit that happens, right?
So do you guys believe in ghosts?
Yeah.
Yeah, to an extent, I feel like.
What do you guys think it is? Like, okay, does everyone become ghosts, or if not, then why do you think the things that become ghosts are ghosts?
I haven't really put much thought into making like a concrete answer to what I think ghosts actually are, but I feel like not everyone becomes ghosts, or else like wouldn't it be kind of packed in the
Yeah,
ghost
yeah.
world, right?
Yeah.
And
You're like
then
looking
you don't,
straight, there's like 5 ghosts in front of you.
and you don't see, or like I'm guessing like not everyone would become a ghost in some way. But I feel like it's more like if you want to be a ghost, then you be a ghost. If not, then you go to wherever
You
the fuck
choose
you
your
want to be.
life.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I want to stick around Earth a little longer and just haunt people. Then okay,
You
or
know what's
like
crazy? Oh, well, not what's crazy, but so my kind of like parents growing up, they told me all these stories about like what they thought like afterlife was and stuff like that. So their idea was that like after you die, you reincarnate as some sort of like some other form of life. And so I think ghosts are like the ones that are like in the queue to like reincarnate who haven't been reincarnated yet.
well, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Anyways, and then so anyways, the story is like anyways, so like when one of my relatives like passed away, and we were doing like the whole, like burn the money and like all that stuff, right? And then so it was really weird because one of my aunts was always like, oh, you see that butterfly or like that like bird or something like that like lands like near you. It's like, oh, that's actually like your aunt, like whatever. And I'm like, what the fuck? And they'd be like, oh yeah, like she's like already reincarnated like in this other form of life, blah blah blah. And then so that was like the idea of like reincarnation that like ran in my family, was like when somebody would like pass away, if they would be reincarnated, you would know because they would always come to try to find like your family or whatever.
It's like, it's pretty much the Buddhism thought. Is
Oh,
like
is
the
it?
reincarnation and stuff. And the whole like coming to find you is like fate. Like fate always brings the same people together kind of thing. So it's like, oh, maybe Taro is the reincarnation of my grandpa or something. You know what I mean? Like that would be like
My parents said something about that with me too.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
But not
that
that-
like that's why you favor that dog so much, is because there's some other bond outside of just like what it is.
Yeah.
It's like some fate that brought you guys together, and maybe it's like a past relative, or maybe a relative in another life before this life that you guys were really close. That's why you treat that dog so well, because maybe one life you were the dog and that was the owner, and they treated you very well, kind of thing.
Yeah, my parents said that about Lumi. They're like, you and Lumi have been tied together for so long. That's the reason why she loves you so much and you love her so much. And then like, I don't know why, for the last couple months I've been running to a lot of stray animals.
Whoa.
And every single time I do, I'll like tell my parents the story, and they'll be like, whoa, today's your lucky day, because animals only go to people when they have like a really good aura or something like that. And it's like,
I don't think that's
Are you
true.
sure?
Well, there's like flies around you. They're just stink.
Yeah, we track a bunch of
Maybe, yeah.
mosquitoes. You just EVP, you're just like fucking swanning.
I am
Fuck these relatives.
They haunt me last life and they haunt me this life still. I don't know. I think
Take a bath and your relatives no one care about you.
so I think there is something with the whole reincarnate thing because like I think so my Buddhism's pretty shit because I haven't really read up on all this stuff, but it's something like there's like I think 7 different paths, right? And like human's the best one, but there's like animal, there's like ghosts, there's
7.
like I don't know them all and I don't really remember them. But yeah, there's like all these different paths you can take. The only reason animal is one of the worst is like you don't have like free
Rights.
will,
Oh.
like you kind of
I
just
mean,
die, right?
Some
Like,
humans don't either.
yeah, that's true. That's true. But like for them, like they have even less choice, right? You live and you die. Is what it is, and it's
Imagine
pretty.
if you're a
cool.
dog to a really rich white person
I
family.
mean, there's probably
that has nothing better to do.
the percentage of
Live
that.
the best life ever.
The percentage of that's pretty low, though, isn't it? You think, right? Like of all the animals there are in the world, the
True,
percent of
true,
you
true.
getting that is pretty low.
Yeah, but even then, like you would not have the same kind of freedom. Like you would be in the fucking house. You
Yeah,
know?
that's true.
You wouldn't be like, all right, this dog is gonna make a conscious decision to like go shopping or something.
True. Imagine if you're a cat. I feel like cats would really like that though.
Oh,
Yeah.
fair.
Mhm.
Like the free roaming cats.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they also can't like think ahead too, right? You remember the whole concept, like, hey, how do you know a dog
Conscious.
doesn't have the same thing, like the same consciousness as us? Is like they don't know, they don't understand what tomorrow is.
Oh, yeah.
You can't tell your dog, I'll give you this treat tomorrow. They'll
Yeah,
just never
yeah.
understand.
Fuck
that, right?
you.
They're like, what? You said treat? I want it now. But yeah, I think Ghost might be one of them. But I also think Ghost is like I always like the story where it's like Ghost is when someone gets taken away from this life improperly or something, like they get murdered or something, and they hold on to this world too
Like
long.
a grudge.
Yeah, kind of like that. That's how I kind of think of a ghost possibly. But I don't know. I
What
also
if they're
think
nice?
I also think there could be very harmless ghosts, like just ghosts just fucking around not doing much. Like I feel like sometimes there's like ghosts, like paranormal stories of a ghost and they're just chilling. Like there's like nothing scary happen. It's not like a poltergeist where like stuff is getting thrown around and stuff. It's just
Mhm.
you just see an image and that's
Wait, are
it.
aliens considered paranormal or is that extraterrestrial?
I would say extraterrestrial.
Terrestrial, yeah. I mean, yeah, probably. Depends. What do you believe in aliens?
I don't have a stance on that.
Oh, really? I believe in aliens.
I believe in aliens.
Yeah.
But I'm also like
There's so much science saying like it may
I'm
not
really
like.
into all these things. So
There's like a lot of science saying like the probability is so low that's like nearly zero. But I still think like I've read up about them and I feel like the assumptions they make to make those calculations are like assumptions that we know.
within a box.
Like it's assuming we know more than we actually do know, though. It's like it's assuming this like physics and stuff is what we think it is.
You know, have you heard of the Anunnaki?
No, do you want me to search this up? Well,
Yeah, this is very like tin hat stuff though.
Anunnaki. How do you spell it? Anunnaki?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the idea that there were these people that came to Earth and showed all the first civilizations all the technologies that they needed in order to survive and like create a civilization, and that they were the ones that created or showed the Egyptians how to create the pyramids, because apparently the pyramids at one point were a energy source and not just some random. A lot of people think they're like tombs, but there was never a single tomb or a dead person found inside the pyramids. And then if you look at the hieroglyphs,
Or is that
yeah, like that's actually fact. Like there was never a dead person or a tomb found in the pyramids.
like what do you mean? There's never
So what are mummies?
yeah, like
They're found like in the areas outside of the pyramids. Like there's like different
But have they found coffins inside?
tombs, no, or inside the pyramids, no.
They've never found like
Never.
No.
like a coffin thing. You know,
Like
the
a
thing they-
sarcophagus.
Yeah, no.
Oh,
They're always found in the area, like all around it.
I see.
But then, like in the actual pyramids themselves, they don't know why they were built. But then there's like stuff in there, like I think it was an Indian not architect, an Indian
native or like Indian?
like brown. The people that like look the fucking
Archaeologists?
yeah, archaeologists
Okay, yeah.
that found a pool of mercury at the very bottom of one of the pyramids.
Uh-huh.
And then mercury is supposed to be a very rare element that's also very conductive. And they're like, what the fuck is this here?
Uh-huh.
So a lot of people think that the pyramids were actually some sort of giant battery
Oh.
or energy source that they created, because also the top of the pyramids are made from a type of metal that is really hard to source, but it's also very conductive.
I see.
Yeah. But anyways, and then also the way that the pyramids are built, also align with what Nikola Tesla found out, or what Nikola Tesla discovered could be like a way of creating an infinite like energy resource like naturally through like using different elements and like different cathodes and iodes and stuff. But anyways, the Anunnaki, apparently people are saying that they're like people who came down from some other planet or some shit and showed all these first civilizations how to do things and like gave them the knowledge on how to farm and how to create batteries and do all these things.
So I do believe there was a civilization before our civilization, but they got wiped out from the ice age and the flooding and shit. So, but I don't know how far that civilization got, but I definitely think there was like a whole civilization before ours, if that makes sense. But yeah, I do believe in aliens just because I just feel like there's just so much shit we don't know. Like we make assumptions, assuming like, oh, you know, with this technology, and like we assume like light year and shit, and like, you know, light's the fastest thing ever. I'm not trying to like defy physics and shit. I still believe in it, like especially considering my profession. But I just feel like maybe there's something we don't know, right? Like there's some shit out there, maybe at a different, like something that we can't measure because we don't have the technology or we don't even understand the science to it, that we just don't know about it, and then that's why we assume that there's no aliens. But I was like, I think there's more to this than we think.
I think so too.
There's like this like conspiracy theory that I don't know, like the FBI and like the CIA or whatever, like the upper identities have all this extra information that they're just like withholding from the general public for like crowd control and shit. Oh
yeah, the shadow government.
Yeah,
I totally believe that.
Me too.
Yeah. Well.
Great talk, guys. Great talk.
Fun to believe in all this stuff.
Okay, I just think it's logical. It's like if you had a lot of money, and I had a lot of money, and you had a lot of money. Okay, the three of us has a lot of money, and the reason that we could lose all our money is if all this world stuff happened, right? Like say China invaded this country and we could lose all our money, right? Then I would band together with you guys and be like, hey, we have to make sure like this shit doesn't happen. Like we have to preserve our own money and to make sure like we have our power and status and all this stuff. And we have to like work together and control things to make sure certain events in society cannot happen or certain events should happen so we will prosper more. And I feel like it's not even like if you had that much power and money, it just feels so logical. Like that's the logical next step, right? Like if I have all this power and money, I'm going to try to preserve it best I can. And if I have to like do these certain things and pay for these certain things to preserve that, then I probably would, right? And it's like, okay. And then I would also band together with the rich people if we had an idea like that.
They're
and
just
then
like crowd control.
And make sure certain things happen and certain things doesn't happen in all of society, right?
True.
That's what I think, at least. Like, I think for sure there's a shadow government and some spooky dooky shit out there. I mean, they're probably not even listening to this podcast. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, that's the crazy thing, because if they were that powerful, they probably have an AI that can listen to every content that gets published as soon as they're published.
And then just take it down.
And either take it down or like identify and like wait and see what they want to do with it, right? You know what I mean? Like,
because like, don't you think like if they just like took down all that shit, then it would eventually be like, oh, like guys, you know, like that would almost be like confirming that.
Yeah. So then they have to leave some out there, right? Or like if someone's going off the wrong trail but it's very popular, they want to leave it out there because they want them to lead people to a different direction, right? But I don't know, like I'm also kind of conflicted because I always think technology is much more advanced than what the general public gets to access. So like whatever they're doing in research and whatever they're doing in like R&D and all these companies is a lot more advanced than what we have on our phones, for example, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, working for some of these companies or working for like the government or anything like that, it's like, oh shit, some of them don't know like exactly what they're doing. Like I feel like there's so few people that actually know all that stuff, like all the more advanced stuff, and the rest of us is just trying to like figure out how to like fucking work these spreadsheets and shit like that.
I think so too.
Right, so one part of me thinks like, holy shit, like if our technology is this good, if our like ChatGPT is this good, could you imagine what the rich people have? Right, so that's one thought, and then the other thought is like man, I work for some of these companies that make a lot of money, and like we don't know what we're doing. Like the pawns, like us, the peons, we have no idea what we're doing. So if we don't know what we're doing, I don't know how much they also know, right?
That's true.
So like it's like it's a two-sided thoughts for me, right? One is like they must have crazy technology, but the other side is like, man, I don't know, if the people who work there doesn't even know, then it's like, are they that advanced?
But can you imagine if we're exposed to like a really normal and very normal and like the same kind of education all across the world in a sense, and we're all taught kind of the same things? Imagine if you were born into a more elitist family or somebody that's a little bit more higher up, or like you're like a Rothschild or something like that. Then wouldn't you be exposed, or you could be exposed to like a different set of material to learn about? Like imagine if a lot of the shit that they're telling us, if this is like really tin hat conspiracy theory stuff, is like a lie, or there's actually like a little bit more to what they're teaching the general public. And if you were born into that elitist group and you got access to that kind of education and that information, wouldn't your world just look completely different anyways?
True. It's like, hey, this is alchemy. It's actually true. You can actually make gold from this shit or something like that, right?
Yeah.
True. I mean, not just that. I did realize this weekend when I was talking to Joyce, like even just her education from Winnipeg is so different from our education in Edmonton. Like we were just talking about like what we learned in social studies, and I was telling her like, I mean, I learned a lot about Russia throughout the time. I learned a lot about the natives.
Russia, Soviet Union.
Yeah, the Soviet Union, the natives. A little bit about Vietnam War. I learned barely anything about the American War. Like I didn't learn shit about the Civil War. I'm not sure about you guys, but in social studies, I didn't learn about the Civil War.
The French Revolution.
So I feel like I barely learned about the French Revolution.
Really?
Like I don't remember jack shit. Like, do you remember exactly who revolted in France and all that stuff?
Like.
I see. So
or no, sorry, not remember. But did you learn like exactly who rebelled and all that shit?
That's like fucking like grade 7, grade 8. So I mean like
I felt like I learned about the Métis more than I learned about the French Revolution.
Oh my god, yeah, you learned about the Métis for like 5 years straight. I'm like, do we not know enough already?
Yeah, but for example, Joyce did learn very intensely about like the French Revolution and more like European stuff. And I felt like the only European shit I learned was like the Soviet Union. Like I learned the fuck about the Soviet Union and the Bolsheviks and the Lenin and Stalin and all of that,
Lenin,
right? But I feel like other parts of the world, I didn't learn anything. Like I didn't learn anything about Civil War. I barely learned about anything about South America. Like maybe a little bit, like maybe one chapter about Brazil and that's it. I swear I didn't learn jack shit about Africa. I don't like the only thing I know is about Egypt and tombs and shit, and that's from like TV more so than school. I didn't learn anything about Australia. I barely learned anything about Asia. I think Asia was just like about China and globalization. Yeah. That was it. But then, like on your same thought, Viv, like I wonder if we talked to someone that like went to school in the States or someone who went to school in Europe, like how much history did they learn, right? Or like what type of education, what did they learn throughout that time?
It's true.
Like part of just like the early public education, right? Because like once you get to like post-secondary and stuff, like if you continue going down like the route of history and stuff, I feel like it could get more comprehensive and stuff. But
I'm curious too, because like did we learn about Soviet Union so much because our government was like afraid that we would want to become like communists? So then is it reversed? So like in Russia, do they learn a lot about like American or Canadian government just to make them like not want to become democratic or something? Right. I feel like that's why they teach us. They probably teach us a lot. Be like, oh yeah, it sucks to be there. Communism's bad. Nazis are bad. Stuff like that. And to tell us like, hey, this political system's bad, right? And then I wonder if on the other side of the world they do the same thing, and how they kind of do that.
Can you imagine if you were born and raised in Russia or in North Korea and everything they tell you is like literally your truth and like fact and what you know about the world, but like the rest of the world knows everything completely differently?
That would be crazy.
That's what when you were saying if we had like a universal education system, that'd be very interesting because country to country it would be kind of conflicting, right?
Okay, I mean, hot take. Do you think like places like North Korea and stuff with propaganda already kind of do that?
What do you mean?
Like just shell out information that's just like different from the rest of the world.
Yeah, it's completely fake. Yeah, for sure. Like they will teach them stuff that may or may not actually happen, which is interesting too. Like, did the Métis really happen? But yeah, no, 100%. North Korea, they'd be teaching them like, yeah, Americans are bad. You know, they went in and they invaded Korea. You know, all of Korea used to be North Korea, and they invaded Korea and they took over, and now there's South Korea and North Korea. Like, I'm sure that's what they have to teach their people, right? Like, if you're fighting a war, you can't, like, you have to justify something to them, right?
That's true.
Like, they're soldiers. Like, they have to fight for something. And
Yeah.
it's definitely not like for like money, because they can't do shit with that there, right?
Heard they like, or heard Kim Jong Un tells. Why are you laughing?
Like that Kim Jong Un.
Why was
Kim Jong Un? I don't know.
Un?
I don't know. My Korean's not that good.
Kim Jong Un?
I always like the OG, the illest.
Illa?
Kim Jong Il, the illest.
Kim Jong Illa? But I heard that he tells his citizens that he's literally like a god.
Yeah.
And not just a government body, but literally a god.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Dude, I actually can't believe like living in that world. Like for a while, I think when I was younger, I always thought like, oh, some socialist values was kind of nice. Like, oh, you know, help the community, share all that stuff. And then my mom dropped the hammer on me. She's like, you don't understand. Like, I lived in communists before. Like, you don't want to live in that. Like, the fact that you can't.
What did she say about it?
She just say like, she pretty much just told me, it's like, yeah, that socialist, like a lot of the socialist stuff is nice, which she agrees with, like social safety net and like, you know, healthcare and all that stuff is nice. But like to a certain extent, she's like, you don't understand communism until you've been there, where you can't like say things. Like if you say the wrong thing, you literally die.
Right,
Whereas
I'd be
here,
dead for
you
sure.
say the wrong thing, you just apologize for it, right?
I would also be dead for sure.
Right. So it's like until then, I didn't realize like how scary it is, right? And then after that, like reading more books about it and stuff, like reading 1984 or any like George Orwell stuff, it's like, oh fuck, like it's pretty spooky being there, right? It's just like you can't even express yourself, or you're afraid to. You're like self-censoring to make sure you don't say certain things, so you don't, you know, get killed. Like here, we can joke about anything, right?
Yeah,
Like
that's
you can
wild
say
to me.
like, you know, Trump sucks, Biden sucks, all this shit, Trudeau's a dick. You can say all that any day, all day, right? And nothing happens to you. They're just like freedom of speech,
Yeah.
right? Congrats, right? But there, it's like you insta die, right? You call you call Xi Jinping Winnie the Pooh, you like instantly die.
Yeah, I feel like I'd be the person that would be like, oh, fuck around and find out, and be like, let's see what happens when I say this thing.
Yeah,
Alright, see ya.
it's fucking scary.
No, please, I didn't mean it. You actually do fucking suck.
Just be like, I challenge you to 1v1 duel. Yeah, I mean that shit's scary too. All the scary stuff. I mean, today we literally all talked about all of the biggest fears, or biggest horror stuff, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Politics,
Just in time for Halloween.
Yeah.
aliens.
So thankful.
That's true. All right, before we end it, name something you're grateful for Thanksgiving.
You start.
Fuck. I'm grateful for all the homies. Yeah, it's good. It's good having the friends around, hanging out with them throughout the holidays. Especially because my parents are gone, so I'm not hanging out with anyone at home.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just me, Taro, and the homies. So super thankful for that.
I'm thankful for time off, to be honest. I feel like this whole summer has been so
You've had a lot of weddings,
packed,
too.
right? And even like this weekend, there's like so much shit to do, and then I'm like off for a workshop design thing, whatever. But like just having a day off for like Thanksgiving, and you know, and then the week before that was another day in leave for
Truth and reconciliation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
your favorite holiday.
Yeah, my favorite fucking holiday. Dude.
Yeah. So then, back to back.
Did you wear an
Long
orange
weekend.
shirt?
No.
Oh,
Unfortunately, no.
you suck. I bought one. I didn't wear it though.
Oh, you suck.
I know. I wasn't here. I think. Yeah, I was in France already.
Oh,
Yeah, you were.
Yeah.
could have worn it in France, bro.
Oh wait, no, I was coming back from France. No, I didn't have any.
Damn.
I don't have any. I didn't bring any to wear. I could, I guess.
Yeah, thankful for time off to.
Chill. Yep. How about you, Viv?
I was gonna say something like yours, like
Oh, okay. We'll just pick
friends
something
and
else.
family or whatever, but I'll pick something else.
Yeah?
I'm gonna say solitude, like
What-
having time alone.
Oh.
Yeah.
So opposite of mine. You didn't even pick mine. Opposite of mine.
I mean, no, like it's kind of different. Okay, so it's more like
Did you even
when you have time alone that you put that you're When you create time alone for yourself and you're very intentional with it, like you do a lot of reflecting or you're very mindful when you're in your own space, I feel like that feels pretty fucking good. And when you get a lot of that or a lot of time to be really intentional alone, then it feels pretty good.
Did you even get any of that this weekend? I thought you were super busy.
You like carve out time, right?
Huh?
You like carve out time to what matters, right?
True. I did spend most of this morning just chilling, working out, cooking. That's about it.
I started doing this thing where when I eat, I won't have my phone with me. I won't be reading or anything too, and that feels pretty nice actually.
You're literally just staring at your food and just eating?
Yeah, or just like thinking about whatever pops up in my
I
head.
actually do that all the time, but I'm thinking about absolutely nothing.
Just fucking tears going into your food.
Like, you ever try to like consciously pay attention to white noise in your surroundings and stuff?
Sometimes, not often. Like I'll sit outside with Taro and he'll just be laying there and then I'll just like listen to what's going on around.
Like the wind and shit?
Yeah.
It feels really peaceful actually.
Yeah.
I started doing that a lot, like just taking like an hour after the gym and just like sitting in my car and just like windows down.
Right.
Listening to
For me the biggest or the most I do that is like while I'm walking Taro.
Oh yeah, that is very peaceful.
Because you just walk and like I think you don't actually notice things until you like just do it while you're bored. So it's like I don't notice this tree was so tall or I didn't know this house was like so nice and stuff until like I went for a walk and I actually looked at it. Like I probably drove by that house like
a million times.
Yeah, a million times. I've never actually like seen the details of it, right? But until you walk by it and just walking Taro and like he's sniffing something, you'll look over and you're like, oh wow, like I like, the design of this or like the style of this tree or how tall this tree is or stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
But you don't notice that until you're like have that time of boredom and you just get to like look and observe probably. It's kind of like you see every day, but you don't actually see. Like you don't.
You're not like mindful.
Yeah,
of it, right?
yeah.
Feels pretty good.
Yeah, it feels good. All right. Anyways, we're gonna wrap this up. This is our Thanksgiving / October spooky podcast. Most fun. We just took a freestyle this week, and I think it's fun. I think we're gonna try this out more a couple times, and yeah, it'll be good.
Sweet.
Anyways, thanks Rstar for coming,
Thanks,
and
Rstar.
see you
Bye.
guys.
Bye.